the last in line, a blot in my father's gaze. No cheekbones chiseled on a feline face, no skill or savvy with the sword. But this game we all play is won in wily ways, and sly is this littlest lord. Cruel tricks of romance, degraded by their spite. You snub your cup too many times, you just might feel his bite. Beware, beware of the words I twist. I am small, but my reach is long, and the ravens black against the winter's mist are whispering the half-man's song. They're whispering the half-man's song. The land is a blooming orchard, with fruit so juicy and ripe. With a clink of a coin, loose the lion's loin, play a tune on the half-man's pipe. In the arms of a whore I made a promise, sinking deeper into danger every day. Cut through all their shit with a brazen wit, molding puppets from their minds of clay. I'm no man of honor, myself is my true king, but somewhere deep within me the bells of conscience ring. Beware, beware of the words I twist. I am small, but my reach is long, and the ravens black against the winter's mist are whispering the half-man's song. They're whispering the half-man's song. Whispering the half-man's song.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, and day. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Figure I'll just get started now because I think it'll be a smaller crowd than usual, but that's not a problem for me. I guess first off, I should probably apologize for not having streamed all of last week. It just didn't work out. Specifically on at least one of those days, it was just God, like, when you have anxiety that makes you nauseous, eating bad schnitzel, like, not like off schnitzel, like rotten schnitzel, just like a bad schnitzel. Eating a bad schnitzel and then following it up with chocolate, bad idea. That's what took out Sunday. Oh, Saturday even. Saturday's stream was ruined by bad food. But that's fine. I'll manage. I didn't do nothing during that week. For one thing, I actually set up the Nano novel, which is probably important, considering everything else. And I've also, that way, there we go. I've committed to being a minor house for Game of Tomes. I am, hold on, actually I probably should just pull up the image in a more visible way, shouldn't I? Can I open this in Chrome? Can I just hit open in Chrome, or am I gonna have to do this some other fucky way? Yeah, there we go. So, it's not a great drawn logo because I can't draw sandwiches. But so I am going to be the house leader of House Kiepera, which I'm not pronouncing correctly, for starters, and for second is not spelled how you would think, because it's literally the Scottish word for sandwich. And I told someone, I think it was told Lorraine on Twitter, that if you read it, it's Ceapaire. If you read that as C-pair or K-pair, that's totally cool. So I will be the house leader of House Kiepera. The motto is Rise Up, which is mostly because I'm not super great with mottos, and then secondly, because it was meant to be a very weak bread pun. I think specifically it was yeast, because at some point the house was going to be, should I write it down on my Discord somewhere? Yeah, it was going to be House Eukaryote, and I believe that was a yeast pun, but I didn't come up with the name Eukaryote, so I don't actually know. It's unclear. But I was like, rise up, like yeast and shit. So it's a bread pun. It's a very bad bread pun, but it is, in fact, a bread pun. So that's news, which means there's no longer just a black shield over there. It's been properly filled in. And it clashes horrifically with my layout. I might need to do an edit to it so that the silver border doesn't stand out as much, because it looks kind of weird. Maybe that's just because I'm on a, looking in the Streamlabs, it looks worse. Because, I use the Streamlabs layout that has the two screens, where it shows, basically it shows the scene that you're currently broadcasting on the right, on the right, and then it shows the one that you're going to transition to next on the second one, which for me is the same one. So they're very small. Me buys emotes with toast. Also me, emotes no work. No! Boo. Why don't they? You have so many toast slices. You should absolutely be able to redeem them for, choose an emote. It's the 480 reward. I obviously can't use it because I have all of my emotes. My toast. You can't buy the duck though, which is awkward considering it is literally your duck. It's literally your duck, but I don't think you can buy the duck. Oh, that's rude. That's mean. Maybe it's something that needs to be refreshed or something. It just doesn't want to be nice to you. Yuck. Is it because maybe it's because you got gift subbed at one point and it's kind of glitching out? Because I'm pretty sure that when Lorraine did the gift bomb back in July, I think you might have gotten one then, and maybe it's just being rude. And it's glitching, obviously. It'll close House Kiepera. I didn't actually check if it was Kiepera, I was just basing it off the Scottish orthography page. I sat staring at it for 10 minutes going, I'm pretty sure it's Kiepera, but that AI could mean anything, so I was like, okay. Anyway, so the plan, yeah, the computer might work. It might be a computer thing. We're not having a great track record with tech at the moment, the two of us. Together, if with our technological issues combined, we have a non-functioning everything. But luckily, separate, we have things that work, which is good. It's better than nothing, I guess. So anyway, the plan for today, and it was my plan last week as well, basically my plan the entire time. I was like, Tuesday stream last Tuesday was going to be so fun, I have something fun to do, and then just stomach ache out of that. And then Sunday, it wasn't food poisoning, but for lack of a better term, we're just going to say food poisoning. It was bad food, man. Bad food. Gross schnitzel. I don't know what brand it was, but it was a shit schnitzel. Like, Jesus, I didn't know you could mess up a schnitzel that badly. But you did. Somehow. Like, my dad will eat anything. It was a bad schnitzel. Like, Jesus. I actually don't know where the fuck anything is on this page. Where do things get hidden? Like, where does it put your description of the thing? It's in here somewhere. Anyway, the point was, so I'm going to work on some stuff relating to the Nano Project, which I've called a Descent, which is intended to be wordplay, but it's not a great title, but whatever. And the description of it, as succinctly summarized as possible, is a man is forced to reckon with his past as his homeland descends into civil war. Fun shit. It's more complicated than that, obviously, but that is the most simplified description that I could provide for it. Because a lot of shit happens. Just in general. Always a lot of shit be happening. It's not allowed to be simple. Certainly not when I plan out stories. It always gets deeply, deeply complicated. Which is why the 414, oh god. Rest in peace, 414. I'm sure you'll come back eventually. And so what I did was, so the thing with Descent is that it's been an idea that I've had since, I want to say, early 2019, possibly even December 2018. And so I already had articles written for a couple of its characters, or at least I'd made stub articles. A couple of them I wrote during Worldember 2018 because they were tangentially related to a character who is in 414, which is a separate story. And so I made them and then had to fix that. It was the whole thing. Computer work. So your laptops can get the emotes, but not your. Yeah. I figured it wasn't your actual computer. That's a different situation. Computer work, laptop work, phone no. This is what I'm getting from the emote situation. Do we understand why? Absolutely not. We have no idea why it's like that. It is a mystery unto God. But yeah, so I'd already made a couple of articles for characters in 425, which is the year that the story takes place. That's why it's called that. And at some point I started tagging a couple of them with the tag AC425 so that I could keep track of them. And so you can see that there's a number of them. These are just all the articles, so it does also include the Madura, because it takes place in the Madura, which is the country trying to secede, thus civil war shenanigans. And I've already written about the Madura in depth for the history challenge back in May, I think. Was it in May? It's refreshed from lag. Oh god, lag. That could possibly be on my end. I've had very interesting internet issues for a while. Oh, I didn't actually write down that it was for the challenge. That's interesting. It was, though, I promise. So it's mostly characters and then just one organization template. I might need a couple more depending on what things I need. But so a couple of them are written but need to be fixed. So like, I had to up-res to read chat. Oh no. Oh no. No one else is here at the moment. Because normally on a Tuesday, or on pretty much any day that I'm streaming, Siobhan would raid the stream at the start, but Siobhan slept through, and so Siobhan's stream didn't go. So currently, I'm starting basically totally blank, It's basically just you, my friend. And then at midnight my time, so in like 50 minutes, I think Greg will end up raiding me. And so then we'll have more people come in then. A couple people might come in earlier, just like trickling through when they notice I'm live, but it's not a huge deal. That's why I have the god damn it, too many tabs. That's why I have the timer over there. So I figure if it's fairly quiet, I'm just like, yes, sprint good. Sprint good. Yes, a couple of them have been written. So for instance, Crown the Roussillon is an article that I wrote in 2018, which I've had to edit because the big thing about any character article written basically before about, I don't know, March this year is set in the year 414. You can actually see it right there. And you can imagine that a lot of things occur in the year 414, which is why it's a relevant year. So I wrote this originally for 414. So it basically ended here, in this bit here, after talking about how, like, you know, this person's dad, who was the king, remarried, and all that shit. There's a chunk down here. This bit's actually out of date. It's missing their wife. Because I made a really quick change to it. I basically added in this line here to, you know, make it clear what the hell their deal was. And then I added this chunk in here because it was relevant to the fact that in between 414 and 425, the country that Le Roussillon runs became a constitutional monarchy. So a whole lot was going on. A lot was happening in the years between 414 and 425. And so this article probably needs to be updated in general, possibly even rewritten in parts, but you know, it has the core bits, and Le Roussillon is not a major character. In 425, they basically show up at the beginning, and like they're mostly just like someone who's out there. Like, you know, they're out there and that they're relevant because the protagonist is in the Madura on their behalf, but like they don't actually show up for most of it. Yes, this is in the main world. This isn't in the world with the crystals and the fancy stuff. That's my Senegacia world region, Youthremoth. This is in T.U. Amara, which is my just sort of more standard fantasy, which I've been working on since August 2018. It's been a while, which is why some of these articles are so old. Because this one was, I probably won't say, will it? Oh, no, it does. This one was created in the 2nd of December 2018 and has been almost entirely untouched until I added in these 2 paragraphs and this line here. And possibly, I think, a line in here. No, actually, no, that was the same. So... What? My birth year? Excuse you. Excuse you. How dare you? How dare you do this to me? I'm not that young. I'm not that much younger than you. We're almost in the same generation. Don't be mean. And so yeah, Le Roussillon exists. And I figured their article is probably fine because it's, again, they don't show up. Oh, the delay was incredible. Yeah, we're having a good time. By the power of bad internet in Australia combined, it was 70s? I thought it was closer to 5. I've forgotten how old you are. I don't want to make a guess. I'm only 21. I thought it was like 5 years. Was it more than that? I thought it was only like 5. I thought you were the same age as my sister. Ah, shit, you're older than my sister, but only by 1 year. So, 6 years. We were both close, just on the opposite end. Oh, Jesus. Ah, Jesus. So yeah, Laroussian's article's fine. It does need a rewrite, but I'm not going to do it because it doesn't matter. It does not matter as much. Like, yes, the fact that they're married and have kids is important information in the world, but in terms of immediate use, not really. On a similar note, I made an article. I made this article in, I think, January or February of 2019 for the character Duchess Larian of Ashir, in which all I wrote was she's big shit in this country, the Vosti Empire, but I'm pretty sure she does not show up in this actual story. She's important in the sense that she's out there. God damn it. And that she's like a known individual who is causing shit. She's out there. She's doing stuff. She's fine. Hintero's article does need to be reworked a little bit because he does show up. He does show up. And that was written in, 2018 as well. That was the thing. Yeah. She's big shit. Yeah, pretty much. She's big shit in this country. You can use that to describe pretty much any queen or regnant of any kind. Queen Elizabeth I, big shit. Queen Elizabeth II, big shit. Probably even said that like Mary I. Yeah, Mary I. Queen Anne, maybe. Yeah, just pretty much any queen regnant. They all get the big shit. She's big. She's big shit. Regnant. No. Hold on, let me just go into here. Regnant. Regnant means that they rule in their own right. And then there's like regent, which is you rule on behalf of somebody, and that's it. That's all I know. Those are the two words. I'm sure there's more, but it's not. Is it regnant? I thought it was regnant. Oh shit! How do I pronounce the word regnant? Yeah, no, it's regnant. There isn't. It's two-syllable word regnant. So hello, Moonflower. How are you? We've had a lovely day. Yeah, regnant. So any queen regnant. Well, it's because Queen Regent and Queen Regnant, A, they sound similar. B, they might actually have the same origins etymologically. Because it's honestly possible. I wouldn't know. And then, like, they rarely get contrasted. Oh, they don't come from the same word. But they're close. But, like, they are different words. Because, like, yeah, and Queen Consort are the three. Yeah, consorts, yeah. Regnant. Yeah, it does sound kind of weird, but it is a word, so oops. Just call her a queen, damn it. But they have to specify, because if I'm talking about, like... Who's another queen? Who's a queen consort that I can bring to mind immediately? Who isn't called Elizabeth? Fucking hell. I'm pretty sure there's like a Queen Alexandra in like 1910 or something, right? And like she was married to, I think, George or Edward. Don't quote me on that. But like if you have a King George and Queen Alexandra, which one is in control? And because English and English-speaking countries broadly are that the language foundations are somewhat patriarchal, the assumption is that the king in the relationship is the one in control, right? So if you say queen with no modifiers and with no context, she is assumed to be a consort. That's what this is. She's assumed to be a consort. And so sometimes you have to specify that she is the regnant. It's like with, Yeah, it's all shenanigans. Regnant. Yeah, it's a weird word. It's a weird word. I didn't even like think that it was weird because I'm just like, ah, yes. I think it's because I'm saying regnant, not regnant. No, that sounds even worse. Ugh. Regnant sounds awful. Ugh. Regnant. Regnant. Nope, it's regnant. That's the issue. It doesn't sound great, but here we are. You're a regular Nate. The queen is a regular Nate. Contrastingly, we basically never use the term king regnant. Or king consort for that matter. They're usually prince consorts. That's why he's Prince Philip and not King Philip. He's the prince consort. Yeah, sovereign queen works as well. And since sovereign can be pronounced as 2 syllables, it's not like a huge deal. That functions just fine. My issue is that I can't use the term sovereign queen because I've been using sovereign as a noun. I've been using sovereign as a noun to be like a generic term for monarch. I mean, I know monarch is gender neutral, but I like sovereign. Or crown. I've used crown for that too. That's what crown is. But yeah, so anyway. Duchess Larian is big shit and she doesn't matter. So even though she's in the 425 category, because she's relevant to the Vosti Civil War as a whole, she is not in the Nano notebook. She does not show up. She's referenced because she exists and is causing problems, but she's not actually present in any capacity. Like, she does not physically show up and interact with any of the major characters here, or like the protagonist, certainly. Like, Tumdrol does not interact with Duchess Larian. She's off ruining the Emperor's life on the other side of the country. It's totally cool. Duke Hintaro, he probably does need to be edited because he basically, things have changed since 414. Like, he basically had a stroke in, I think 420 was what I put that down as. So man he probably needs an update, but he's mostly good. I probably need to just work on a couple of things. Yeah. Sovereign can be anyone who is over a specific person. Oh, okay. Oops. Oops. That makes sense. Yeah, so I guess, like, if there was confusion over the use of the word sovereign, then you would go back to using regnant. But I think most people would probably understand that sovereign means, like, in control. That said, it doesn't really come up often, because usually you kind of know when a queen is ruling in her own right. Like, we don't have to say Elizabeth II is queen regnant. You just know that. Like, you just know that as a fact already. And then, like, same for, was it the Swedish one? Who's the other queen regnant in Europe at the moment? Was it Swedish? What does it mean? Listen, you know, though. You tend to know. You tend to know when the queen is actually, reigning. She's a, supreme high power. Or, colloquially, big shit. Yeah, okay, yeah. So there is a difference between etymology and common usage, but it's all fuzzy. Yeah, regnant. I won't keep saying the word because I don't need to after this point. You're all good. I'm not gonna have any more reasons to say that there's a queen regnant because there's no more queens on this list. Queen top boss. Queen girl boss. Oh no. So yeah, so he probably needs an update just because things have happened in his life that have changed things. But it's fine. It probably needs a total rewrite. Ugh. Elion I haven't actually written yet. That's technically a spoiler. Oops. Oops. The Emperor does not show up. Probably. So he might be stuck there. And I think I already updated his article. Yeah. So I've already given him his chunk for to bring him up to 425, where he ups the thing, he adopts the man, and then the Civil War done happen. That's the wrong Civil War article. I haven't actually written that one. Wow. She's there. He doesn't have an article. That's hilarious. He would not be happy about that, but fuck him. True. Well, I mean, like, I can never read anyone's stream stuff anyway. Because I have to, like, watch streams on, like, 360p, because otherwise my computer starts screaming at me. I think there was someone was starting streaming, and I'm like, yes, I'll watch the new streamer, and they could only stream at their source resolution, which is 1080p, and I was like, nope, I can't do it. Physically, I'm incapable of watching your stream. I think I stream at, like, what, 960? Maybe? Tops? And that's probably still too high for me, but I need to stream high so that, like, I think I have options, because I'm on affiliates. I think I have quality options. I'd better have quality options. So yeah, Brumion's written. I don't think he shows up. He could. There is a slot in the story where he could appear, but he probably won't, because that feels like an overcomplication. And I don't want to have too many characters showing up for no reason who never show up again. Unless they have relevance to the protagonist. And Brumion has fuck all to do with the protagonist. Beyond the fact that, like, what is he technically? He's technically the protagonist's granduncle? Granduncle? Despite the fact that he's, I think, younger than his dad. It's complicated. Listen, royal adoptions are dumb. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do that. So, you know, that's fun. I haven't written Glorion's article, but he definitely needs one. Because he is a major character who is present from fairly early on. So he needs an article. Grelon probably doesn't yet. That might be like a World Ember thing where I give him an article. He doesn't show up in 425. I've even put that. Like, anyway, no one likes him. I don't know if he'll actually show up in 425, but he's around, lol. I make good notes, I promise. And then there's Juyo, whose article I have up currently. Her article is open. I'll be working on that. There's Mayan, who... A lot happens. A lot has happened. A lot. Same with Brastion. She and Brastion need articles, and a lot is happening with them. When in doubt, a lot is happening. I think this one actually needs... When did I write Muna's article? Was that last year? Oh, I wrote that last year. When did I write this? Oh, I wrote it for Inktober, which I didn't do this year, but I did it last year. And so that's actually already written. It's already written from the perspective of 425. She was already written from that perspective, which is good. This article, these two sentences wouldn't exist otherwise. She's already relevant. And also I think some of her children. Well, no, it's just the one child. It's just this one. Whose name is also Muna. I hate myself. I hate doing that. Jeez. Jeez. Wait, what happened here? No, I remember that now. Yikes. So yeah, her article's done. Hayathel has an article, which I wrote because he was going to show up in 414, and then I don't think he ended up... I haven't written 414, but I think I've written him out of that, because he doesn't need to. But, you know, he's around. He'll need an update at some point, but he's not a high priority. Pyema needs one. He's important. They are, sorry, they are a good kid. Good kid, good egg. Zaloran does not need to, yeah, that, oh boy, I forgot. I keep forgetting that's what I wrote for his article. Oh my god. I keep forgetting that I put a YouTube intro parody as Zaloran's article. My god. It's a nightmare. Good morning, Dalian, or afternoon, I suppose. And yes, the sandwich off to the side, that is my house badge for Game of Tomes. Because I officially, during my little week off, because of bad food and anxiety, during my week off, I formally submitted to become a minor house. And so that is the badge for House Kiepara. It can also be called C-Pair or K-Pair, but it's House Sandwich. We are House Sandwich. And during the first week, so until the 5th of October for Aaron's stream, the house that we are supporting for the first week is actually Coffee Quill's house, House Mollusca. That is the house we're supporting for the first week. And we have a sandwich. It's great. I drew it myself and it doesn't look great. It's not a great looking sandwich in terms of like artistic ability, but like I had fun. So, you know, I win at the end of the day. I can pull it up in big. Hello. Big sandwich. That's the wrong way. Damn it. I knew it. No, yay! Sandwich! Yes, sandwich. House Mollusca! Woo! The main reason I did House Mollusca is Coffee Cool Street is in a similar time zone to me because, like, we're pretty much on top, well, not quite on top of each other globe-wise, but we're very close. And they stream really early in my day, like, you know, 3 p.m. I get up at 1 p.m. So I was like, yeah. And then on the Game of Tomes page, no one had pledged as a minor house to Mollusca yet. And I was like, no. So I've pledged to Mollusca. I have made that pledge for week 1. So week 1, we are supporting the tentacles. I've set up all of my collection fidgets. I hope they work. I've watched the videos. I think I've got it. And I'm glad it looks decent. It was a fun time to work on. Yeah, Coffee Calls is a lot time zone away. Time zones are weird. Like, they're the closest in time zone to me, and I find that really funny because they stream at like in the early afternoon in their time zone, and I stream in the earliest possible morning in my time zone, which is to say that I stream over midnight. So I find that funny as a point of contrast, despite the fact that we're, I think, 2 hours apart time zone wise currently. I think if Japan has daylight savings, then it'll be 3 hours, but it's fine. He's fine. So yeah, who was I up to? So Zaloran, I'm going to leave the YouTube parody there for posterity. I love it. I'm not reading it, but it's there, trust me. Tumjil's article I already rewrote because he's the protagonist. So he's important. So I've rewritten his article. I need to give it a new cover and possibly update his picture because this is him from 414, not 425. You'll probably fix that too now that we're just in 425 proper, but we'll see. And then there's the blank. Oopsies. I forgot about the spoiler. Hold on, I have a plan. Oh shit. Oh god. Wrong button. How do I... I'm not gonna be able to hide that, never mind. We give up. The point is, he's there. He's around. I've rewritten his article because I wrote it in December, in World Ember 2018, and I overhauled it. So the motto is Rise Up because it's not a clever joke, but the vibe of it being Rise Up is that it's a bread pun, like when you bake the bread rises. That's it. That's why it's Rise Up. That, and we're also going to pelt sandwiches at the enemy. If we survive past week 1, yeah, yeast. When the yeast rises, Yeah, so the yeast rises, so that's why we rise up. And if we survive past week 1, all of our week 2 will be us just pelting the undeads with sandwiches. Or we'll become undead and we will rise again. Oh my god, I should make an undead variant of the badge. Oh, I should make a zombie sandwich. Where's my notebook? Where's my notebook? What is in here? None of the... My notes are not good. I can't even read my own handwriting. Okay, so that's a Minecraft thing. That's something I've already done. I don't know what that says, so we're just gonna skip past it. And we're just gonna say zombie sandwich. Make zombie sandwich badge. I'll change its color scheme and everything, and I'll make it like, zombie themed, because I anticipate dying early. Not that coffee calls won't get a lot of word count. I'm just saying I expect to die early. So we'll see what happens. Good morning, Dinosaur Bob. How is your day been? Do you have your coffee? Has the coffee been acquired and is it being drank? Coffee good. Oh, I should use my coffee candle more. Damn it. That's my problem. I need to wake up earlier and turn the coffee candle on. God. It's been 40 minutes done no writing. This is fine. I need to write Taro's article because they show up. I need to write Vorum's article. I've already written Vorum's article. He shows up. He's there. And I need to write Zillion's article. She also shows up. Still standing. Remembers to my island's castle. Pretty very embarrassing if I'm not standing at the end. Oh no, it would be. Okay, posture check. Fix this chair. I need an actual office chair in this room. Okay, and we hydrate. We get that hydrate. Yes, yes, and yes. Excellent. That's the good stuff. It's always good to have the coffee, and it's always good to have a lovely morning. I have not seen the morning in a while, but the morning I assume is good. Your back's not happy. Oh god, back is hard. Backs are a nightmare. I have no idea what my back is doing at any given moment. It's terrifying. They're just still stumbling, still shambling. Still just shambling forward. More minor houses! More minor houses! Woo! Because I'm Sandwich House, and we're supporting House Mollusca for week 1. Your house capita, no one can pronounce it, it's all good. There was, in the submission, you have to put the pronunciation, which was a good idea. It was very smart to put the pronunciation as a thing we had to put for the submission, but I'm sitting there like, how do I explain how to pronounce the word capita? I don't even know how to pronounce the word capita. So I put in the roughest approximation, and then I threw in some IPA for good measure, and I'm like, listen, if you can't use this, it's fine. But, like, do your best, because you're gonna need it. I'm sorry to Sable and Aaron for making them go through that. What was your house called? Kepura. Yeah, it's something like that, yeah. I think I wrote it as Kyepauh. Yeah, it's close enough. Like, I expect my people will not get it totally accurate. Arensburg. Okay, yeah, so Arensburg is fairly, like, for English speakers, we can intuit it very well. I knew that I had to give pronunciation because I was basing the house name off of... I literally just took the Scottish word for sandwich, and Scottish does not read intuitively to English speakers. So I was like, I have to provide help. I have to explain this. I have to make this clearer. So I was like, I have to make it make sense. Arensburg being the Danish name for my local town, Kurosare. Ah, well, there you go. That's cool. I don't have any. I guess there are local words for where I live, but I don't know them, unfortunately. Estonian for killer of sheep. Why are you killing sheep? What are you doing? are you killing sheep? Stop it. Okay, I should actually do articles at some point. So I think I should actually open this up and use this as my notes article, because what it's going to be serving as. From Eagle Castle. That rules, actually. That's super cool. Okay, so the Protag, Thumjol. I guess we've got Protag, Thumjol, we've got President. I'll go for it. Feel free to post a link. I don't have a link zapper currently. I do not currently possess a link zapper, unless bots start appearing en masse, in which case I will acquire a link zapper. But until then, links are fair game. Bloop. Let's just go. Let us pick that up. Open. Yeah. Oh, that's such a nice looking shield. Oh. Yo. Yo. That looks so cool. God, now I feel like I made a shit because I just used I did my best with what I had. I'm really bad at making shield shapes in any platform whatsoever. It may just be a heavily modified version of my town's coat of arms. If you don't tell anyone, no one will know. No one will know. But now we know. But it's okay, because it still looks cool. Oh god, I had access to the other shield template. Damn it. Shit. I had the World Anvil badge template hiding. Damn it, where'd it go? Damn it. I should have used that one instead. I also love the burp. I love the burp. Burp good. Burp very good. He's good burp. He's perfect burp. God, we should all make zombie versions of our badges if we can. That would be so cool. I'm gonna have to make zombie toast. That can be tomorrow's job, is zombie toast. Vice, and this is the VP/def. Undone. Have not done def. There's foreign, min, that's Glorion. Oh, they're not gonna do it properly. Ugh, formatting. Then there's treasurer, which is Elion. That's obviously not all the characters, and then I guess shit. The issue is this story is weird, so I'm like, Nuna, I guess. Listen. As usual, my notes are impeccable. Because those are like major characters. Well, I guess it is missing some characters who are very important, like Borim and Pyema are very important. And Hintaro is important, but only for one section. Ooh, the original. Yes. Ah, yeah, I see. So you've basically changed some of the color scheme up, and you've changed the logo, the motto into burp. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's cool. God, I wish anywhere that I lived had cool flags. Or any coat of arms of any kind that are cool. And cast them and put some waves on it, any other color thing. Yeah! Hell yeah! And since you're from like a fairly small area, no one would have known, so you can basically get away with it. Which is pretty great. You just get away with that. Oh god, I think if I took the city coat of arms and the city, well, I guess like the city logo, which I think is just a bird. Yes. I do have a family crest. The issue is I don't actually know what it is. And it's possible that it doesn't actually exist. Just because my family has Scottish ancestry doesn't mean we have a coat of arms. There's no guarantees on that. I've received conflicting information about what it looks like and what it contains. And since I don't know specifically which clan we were a part of, I've received conflicting information there as well. That could change which coat of arms that is. It's one of the Clan Donalds, but there's like 7 of those. So it's like, which one is it? Which one is it? I don't know. It was either Glengarry or shit. River? Railroad? I don't remember. It was one of them, right? I'm like, it could be either of these. So yeah, I could literally just take the coat of arms for Clan Donald of Glengarry, but why would I? Why would I take that when I can just use the toast? I'm gonna use the toast. Or the sandwich, rather. So yeah, you know, it's fine. Foreign. EBF. Yema. Minor Antac. Intero. And Miss. That's where Taro and Co go. They go under that. They're under the I don't even know what's going on there tab. Who else am I missing? Oh, right. Companion Geo. And then that's not gonna remotely format correctly. I'm in the wrong article. Oops. That's the wrong article. Okay. Who else am I missing? Oh, there's literally 2 other companions. God damn it. There's 2 entire other companions. Geo, Mayan, Brastion. We probably won't cut that down because Brastion needs to stay, but Mayan leaves at some point for like errands, basically. I think that's it for the characters that are super important. Like those are the characters that like super matter. I think those are the only characters who matter. Which means the only one that doesn't have any, I don't know who the hell it is the Vice President / Minister of Defense. Which I combined because I can't be bothered. And the reason they have to exist is plot reasons. For plot reasons, there have to be a character. It's for a mystery that plays out over the course of everything happening. There has to be the Minister of Defense. Well, there has to be one anyway, but like they have to be present. So they're the only person who I don't have anything for. Because I can't use any existing character for the VP. I don't think. Because Elion can't be the VP. Those 2 are dead. They can't be the VP. They're all villains / unaffiliated. They can't be the VP. The only one here who isn't currently occupied is Payatl, but he wouldn't be the VP either. For various reasons, he would not be the VP. Most key among them that he wouldn't want to be. So he's not the Vice President or Minister of Defense. That would be an unwise decision on behalf of the Medora to just put him in there. No, don't do that. Don't give him that position. He doesn't want it. So this is basically like the list of articles that I need to do. The articles that need to be done. That I don't really have a choice in the matter. Otherwise, oops. If I actually, does it work if I do it out here? What are you doing? What is happening? Stop it. There we go. God. Does it work in the list bit? Doesn't. Why doesn't it work? Aren't you supposed to be like the speedy way to do the thing? Is it because there's things in it? What? BF. Nah. Nah. Does that work? No. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. I am confused. It's fine. Oh, did you have spaces? Why aren't there spaces? There you go. Jesus. You'd think it wouldn't be that hard, but apparently it's just a Herculean effort to just get things to format properly. Not that this article is going to be seen publicly, this is my planning document, basically. Prize acquired. Excellent. Prize is good. Okay, so these are, like, the articles that need to be written. There are technically, like, there's a bunch of characters included in And Co, but Taro is the main one who matters. So for that time, I would just focus it down to Taro instead. Might even just in the story focus it down to Taro if I want to try and cull a couple characters. Not that Taro has a huge role, but they are present. So, it means the only person who has no article of any kind is the character I don't know who is, which is good. That's great. That's a good idea. I'll have to figure out who the Minister of Defense is at some point, in several different manners. I'll ask. I'll go ask the president, like, who's your vice president? Why are they also Minister of Defense? It's like, listen. This is not something I'm going to explain to you. We're in the middle of a civil war. It's like, oh, okay, fair enough. You're preoccupied, as it were. That's fun. So yeah, having spent 50 minutes going through my list, since I don't want to invent this character now, because I'm gonna need to give them, I'm gonna have to figure out who, like, what they are. Like, are they human? Are they elf? Are they half-elf? What, like, cultures are they from? So, like, are they Skarhan? Are they Yalempto? Like, what? Like, all that shit. I have to figure out that, which I might do randomly, or possibly I think I know what I would pick for them. And then I have to figure out what their character is, and that's effort that I don't want to have to put in. That is not effort that I desire to do. And instead, having sat here for 50 minutes, I'll remove that note. We instead have the article for the, I guess, secondary protagonist. Juyo is in most of the story. So I think by default she's secondary protagonist. Or at the very least she's a very major character. She is present, well, shit. Well, she's an important character. She is present for all but like two sections of the novel. The first one is very short, the second one's a bit longer, but she returns immediately after that. Or rather, the protagonist returns and she is there. So, you know, she's an important character, which is why, you know, she has name. She has a complicated back. There's a lot. There are notes. I made notes, as I usually do. I had to edit some of them, but, like, there are notes. Because I was like, okay, she's a Vosti warrior of Sunke descent, which is a elven group. The Sunke are generally speaking, an elven ethnicity, which is why her name is Juyo, and her surname is technically Yolaje. Juyo is, I think, the word for moon, and Yolaje means fighter, and the reason that her surname is fighter is because she became a member of the Imperial Army, and they basically take occupational names frequently, and then Olavind is her, like, human surname, as it were. Like her Vosti surname from her mom. Yeah, her Vosti, she's the child of a Vosti stonecarver and a Sunke miner. I never specified their genders, but I think I already had planned that. Oh, yeah, no I did. There it is. Yeah, mine like her father. So, whatever. So she has that. And then there was an entire me screaming, like, what is the family business? Stone carving. When did she join the MLA? Which is the Maduran Liberty Alliance. Was she in it before or after she left the army? Did she desert? Did she retire? Resign? What? How did she exit the army? When did she join the army? When is that in relation to anything else? And then her reason for deserting was a combo of fuck the army, fuck the emperor, and fuck the empire. Valid. Extremely valid. I mean, of course I would say that. She's my own character. So I'm like, yeah, I get it, right? I'm the one who made the world. I'm the one who made the emperor an asshole. I get it. And so I had started writing her article, I think... Well, I started on the 15th. I think I wrote these 2 paragraphs on... When was my last stream supposed to be? What day is it? So it's 20th. Maybe I did try writing last week. Sometime last week, I started it and then didn't get any further than that. But I figured this could be something to just work on because she is an important character. So I figured that if for some reason I get to no other character articles on this list, other than the ones who already have articles, then I want to have one for Juyo because she is important. She is a major character. God damn it. My hands aren't even cold, but they just still turn blue anyway. It's very annoying. Whee! You have no idea how many army ads I got after having to Google what the hell a corporal was. It was a nightmare in there. I hate when that happens. Okay, so... you're going to inherit the business. Will become a miner like her father. Who was instead raised in hopes she would join the Vosti Imperial Army as a proud soldier. However, Juyo had little interest in that career and spent most of her adolescence... Did I spell the word adolescence? Oh yeah, I don't have Grammarly doesn't work in Euclid. Damn it. God damn it, but I like the colors. Ugh. Ugh, I hate it. Most of our adolescence. In a local school with no aims or ambitions for the future. It was at... Would it have been high school? I guess it would have been probably high school. I think local high school. It was at her high school that she was that she was introduced to the Return Liberty Alliance, as her school was not far from the Ordeona estate and bore witness to some of the aftermath of the raid in 417. Because how old was she in 417? She was 14. That's high school. That's fine. I don't even know where Ordeona is, but that's not really important. We just assume it's out there. It's somewhere out there in the world. Doesn't matter. I know the rough area that it's located. I think it's on the map somewhere. Where's the... I'll use this one. Abravost. Here we go. Let's load that puppy up. Yep, look, why is that still open? Why is it still open? This article needs to be written. Oh boy. Oh boy. Actually, wait, this is probably fine. No, it needs to be written a little bit. Here we go. Wait, why is it opening that one first? I thought it was supposed to use the... Yeah, that's not the base layer. Useful. Not the base layer. Anyway, Ordeona is somewhere in here. Somewhere in the orange. I don't know if it's super clear. It's somewhere in there. That's not Ordeona, that's something else. It's in there somewhere. North. Northeast. The purple is the other shit. That's where the other character is doing bad things. But she's not in the story, so it doesn't matter. How often and when do you usually find time to read books normally? I don't. The last time I actually sat down to read a book was I read Mort in February. And I would read that mostly just sitting at home because it was between semesters, so I was quite bored. And I'd just done a literature unit, so I'd been forced to read like 5 books and watch a bunch of movies. And I got back in the mood, so I bought from my local library and read it. Very good book. I really liked Maud. It's the Discworld one by Terry Pratchett. And then I haven't read a book since. I have not had the time to, well, I've had the time. I haven't had the energy. I haven't bothered to read any more books since then. I borrowed Guards back in March, but that didn't pan out. Not because the book's bad, but because everything immediately fell apart in the middle of me reading it. I guess as I started to read it, things went bad, and I was like, and then I just wasn't in the mood, so I had to return it because it was overdue. And even though they gave us a full, like, hey, no late fees, library closed, whatever, I still got my dad to take it back, and he dropped it in the chute because I was like, I'm not gonna read it, and I figure you still do deliveries, so someone else can read it. And the problem as well, but I'm finally finding time to read things. Before I had trouble choosing between book or literally everything else. I read in a few days ago, and almost done with Good Omens, which is a book he got back in January. Nice! Good Omens was on my list of books to get, because I made a list of like all the, I think it was mostly like the Discworld books that I was like, I want to read these Discworld books, and then I included Good Omens because my library search was bad, and I couldn't actually search Discworld. So I was like, okay, Terry Pratchett books then. I was like, yes, Good Omens. I'd like to read Good Omens. So I've been meaning to do that, and I'm sure, like, maybe when my library opens again, I might go in to pick up a book again, and I might try and start reading some more. Because I do like reading, I just don't do it. That said, I have a lot of books at home that I should read. There are books in my bookshelf, which isn't even in this room. It's in my actual bedroom. There are books on my bookshelf that I've had for like 5 years that I haven't touched. Like I think my mom bought me like The Book Thief. Didn't read The Book Thief. There's a Trouble Tristan novel that I didn't read. There's a whole bunch of books that I haven't read, and I really should. But most of them are part of series. That requires me to read the series, and that's a commitment that I just cannot commit to. It's too much of a commitment. Whereas, like, the Discworld ones, like, I just pick and choose whatever books interest me at the moment. And I'm like, yes. But of course, now that I'm going to be doing Nano for November, that's kind of November kind of dealt with. Because I'm really bad at multitasking. Yeah, my shelves are full of things I need to read. I'm going to go through them now. Yeah, there's so much stuff in my notebooks. I think I've gotten rid of a bunch of it too, because I was like, I'm not going to read this, Mom. You bought this for me on my 15th birthday. It's been 6 years. I haven't touched it. You can take it back. So we put them in like a hamper or something. So like, there's still some in there that I want to read. I didn't finish like Heroes of Olympus, which annoys me because I read every book except the last one. So I needed to finish that at some point, you know? That kind of stuff. But there's like, Nether in Minecraft still terrifies me. The Nether is interesting. I'm fond of it. That said, in the multiplayer server, we built a superhighway between 2 of our portals, and it crashed the game. Like, it crashed the server to use, and we were like, oh. And so on that level, the Nether terrifies me. Like, we would literally crash the server when we tried to use it, and we're like, oh, okay, never mind. I haven't tried an overworld version, but I assume it would be exactly the same. Woo! So that was fun. I love the Nether. I love the blue part. I love the warped forests. They're great. It was a big oof. Was our running and jumping. We love that. We love that. I missed that road. We had to tear it up because it was a server risk. Hey! I thought I would like the Nether. The last Terror's Olympus book is the best because, God. I'm annoyed that I made it through Mark of Athena, and then that was it. Was it Mark of Athena? Was it the second last book? I read up to the second last book, and because of there was a slight tone shift, because there usually is. Usually for like series of that kind, I think mostly genre, right? At least in terms of like how I read books, there tends to be a kind of tone shift around near like the back half of a series. And in Heroes of Olympus, there was a specific point in the second last book where something just kind of made me go, oh. Like, it wasn't like bad, it's a plot point that makes sense and everything, but it's slightly toned. I'm pretty sure it was the second last book that I got to, but I don't remember what it was called. That's the issue, because I haven't read them in years. Hold on, let me check. Let me check which ones I've read. No, I read Mark of Athena. I did not read Heroes of Olympus. I did not read the final book. Oh, did I read the House of Hades? I did. No, I read the House of Hades. I definitely read House of Hades. I know that things did get bad in Mark of Athena, which is probably why I got confused. But it was House of Hades where something happened with, I think, Percy and Annabeth near the end. I think. I don't actually remember. I don't want to spoil anything. I think it was something to do with poison. It was weird. It just weirded me out. It was something that just hit me in like a specific point of like something that I'm not comfortable with, which when he was doing like weird, something happened. And so I didn't end up reading the last book, and I was like, no. And so I'm annoyed, because I should read the book, but then I'm gonna have to read them all again. I'm like, foiled again by my own inability to read. You're back. Had to earn your raid lemons from Craig's stream. He raided Ash. Okay, that's fair. Totally fair. That actually gets resolved. Yeah, I figured it does. Because it kind of left off on a whole, like, we're going to talk about this later. We're going to deal with what just happened, what I've just done, later. And the issue is that later is the next book. And I didn't get to the resolution of that plot point. And I just knew it just weirded me out. Like, something about it was just like, I'm not comfortable. I don't know why. So, I don't remember. It's weird. Because I think the only series that I've actually finished of his is I finished the Kane Chronicles. I really love the Kane Chronicles. They have a tone shift at the end too, but like, I got through that one. Because it was only one book, really. Because the last book was a lot was happening. Kane Chronicles rules. Oh, the point is resolved. Yeah, okay. It was just, I think it got resolved, but like, I don't know, something about it. Something about the scenes that it was in, or something, just hit a part of my brain that went, I don't like it. Like one of my specific hang-ups or something, I was like, no thanks. And so I did not finish. I finished that book and then did not read the last book. Even though I have it, I own it. In the same way that I owned the entire first series and only ever read the first book. So that was awkward. And I think the last book you finished was All Quiet on the Rusted Front, and that was 2 years ago. Oof. Rough book. I haven't read it, but I'm aware of Temptation as being a difficult book to read. It's a very, like, intense book. That's a rough book to have as your last one. I can imagine why that might be like, oh, yeah. It was a weird bit, but gets much better. Yeah, I figured it did, but for some reason I just didn't end up continuing, which is annoying. I'm really bad at committing to series. Like, there's a bunch of them where I've read 1 or 2 books, and then I'll have the rest of the series, but I won't read them. Like, I have, what is it? I had Trouble Twisters, and I only read the first 2 books, but I own the 3rd book. The Emerald Tome? I read the Emerald Tome, and then I read the 2nd book in that series, and I never got the 3rd book. Which is annoying, because I was actually kind of liking that series, but I just didn't get the 3rd book for some reason. So everything landed on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, So I don't know what happened. Weird time travel shit. You're romancing the villain. And then, what? And then I didn't finish the book. Once the X Tartarus, it gets much better. And the best part is the very end of Blood Olympus, because there's 2 spoilers that involve a ship. I think I actually know what that plot point is, and that's because I'm really bad, and because I hadn't read the book, and I felt bad about having the whole series and reading most of it except for the final book. I'm pretty sure what I did is I grabbed Blood of Olympus, and I went to the back. And I read the last couple of pages, so I think I know what plot point you're talking about. I would need to actually read it to get the impact. but I think I know what the plot point was. I think. But I'm not going to say that because, it's spoilers, and also I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. As opposed to some of the plot points in Magnus Chase, which I do know, which pissed me off. Oh, no, I don't know about that then. Oh, I don't know about anything to do with him. Oh, okay. Ooh, I forgot he was a character. I forgot Octavian was a character, because he basically didn't show up for a while in there. Because, like, they basically, like, went to fucking Rome place, and then they were like, oh, yeah, like, they kicked him out of the cool position, and then that was it. And that was the last time I remember reading about him. So, okay, cool. Hell yeah. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Ruin his life. It's great. Well, now I'm excited. God, now I'm gonna have to read them. Maybe I can just read the final book. Maybe I will just read the final book. I think I remember enough of the previous novels to kind of get the gist. I'll schedule that in. We'll schedule reading The Blood of Olympus in somewhere. I'm sure I'll find time. I'm sure there'll be a day where I feel kind of iffy and I'll be like, yes, it's book time. I mean, like, I'm cool with spoilers. If anyone else in the chat doesn't worry, that doesn't, like, mind. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with spoilers. I'm generally chill. And again, I've read the final pages of the book. So I do know, I can assume. I can fill in a lot of gaps about what happened in the, I can fill in some gaps. Not all of them, but I can make connections. I'm like, yes, I assumed that X happened because of this thing that I do know. Yeah, you could just do that. That works. Yeah. Feel free to PM me the spoilers. I'd be delighted to know that Octavian got his comeuppance and in what form that took. Woo! Ready for spoilers? Ready for books? God, I really should just read the book. I should just read books. I should borrow books again. Ugh. My library has been closed since, like, I think since March, actually. No, it was open for a bit. It's been closed since June. I want books. I miss books. Because I was super into books in January and February. Just super into it. Because I did a literature unit over the summer, which again was October through to late January, like February, early February. And I was like, yes, I remember books now. And so I read at least one book. It's Isaac A. Tom. In the World Amble Discord, I'm Isaac, spelled E-Y-E. I'm right near the top. I'm the first moderator in the list from World Amble's Discord because my name starts with an E there because of the pun. Which I think Isaac Tombson is a good pun. I'm just saying, or like, yeah, Tombson. Isaac Tombson is a good pun, and I will hear no word to the contrary. That is a good set of puns. And I'm proud of that. Yeah, that's when Isaac, Child of the Tomb. I mean, that's what it is. That's basically what it is. I think it's the best one. It would work better if it didn't have to remove the P in Thompson, but it's fine. Tombstone works quite well. I like that. I might even keep it for a bit after I change it back to Isaac with an I. Jeez. Okay. There's a whole novel. Which one? You've done a lot of things of me, Day. Oh god, which one? Oh god. Oh jeez. Art. Truly incredible. I mean, there's a whole article that I've written a paragraph of. Oopsie daisy. Isaac. Oh yeah, the Isaac one, you're right. I forgot about it. Because you've done a lot, and you showed me art today. I have a very... My memory ain't great sometimes. So I remembered that you'd done art today, and I remembered you'd done art in general, and then I couldn't remember the specific one. I'm not clever, okay? Don't be mean. Don't be mean to me. I know it wasn't of me. I know that. Not the point. Memory bad, don't be mean. I'm not clever. I'm not clever, okay? Head empty. That's good, Makaro. We're finally doing good here. Yeah, I did know that. Thank you. Thank you, Moonflower. Oh, shit. Oh, God. That's rough. Wow. Oh, that's rough. That is a rough way to go, bud. Oh. Yay. And the big hopefully flattened. Yeah, hopefully. It took us a while to get flattened, but we're now down in single digits for a couple of days. So that's been really nice. So it's like, oh my god, finally. And they oh jeez. So we've had a 5 kilometer limit since June-ish. To like you can only go within 5 kilometers of your house unless you have to leave for like work or where your nearest thing is. And so it was 5 kilometers. Really annoying because I live in the outer east and I live near nobody. And so they updated it to 25 kilometers. And so I pull up a map and I plug in my address and then the suburbs of my 2 aunts and my grandma. And the place that our circles overlap is like Richmond. And I'm like, I love my family. I'm not going to Richmond. I'm not going there. I'm just not. So I'm just like, no thanks. But it was funny as hell to notice that like I only barely overlap with my family even now with 25 kilometers. I'm like, ugh, disgusting. So yeah, we might have had no cases today. It's kind of complicated. Our second wave isn't going down as well. Oh, that's good. Because the second waves are usually supposed to be smaller. We just kind of messed up real bad. We done goofed. Suffice it to say. And then 14.4% positive test ratio. And 8k positive tests per day. That's a lot. That's a lot. But it's still like, if it's starting to come down, that's good. And assume they test properly, yeah. Second waves are almost always bigger, are they? I thought like the general way that like the ideal, I guess, the ideal of a epidemiological thing is that your first wave is meant to be goddamn huge, and then each wave gets smaller and smaller. I think that actually went up. Smaller and smaller. That's the idea of like the ideal epidemiological curve, where basically everything goes down and then gets up a little bit and then down and up and down and up. That was what I was led to believe. But certainly I would think in terms of how they are supposed to look, I don't think Victoria's second wave was how it's supposed to look anyway, considering that we had more cases in our second wave than the entire country did in the first. I don't think that's the intended exponential growth of a virus in terms of second wave epidemiologically. So I was like, so that's rough. Yeah. So now, okay, so your second wave is worse, but first we had a small test count. Yeah, so there's that possible of underreporting as well. And most countries were overwhelmed. Yeah, that's true. Everyone was so overwhelmed they just didn't have any of the tests out properly. And even we had that to an extent for some bits. Especially with wave 2, we got real fucking flustered real fast. Our first wave was worse. And 705 and it's now 469. Nice. Yeah. Our numbers are 6 times the first wave. The estimate was... Right, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it got significantly worse because it got into places where it should not get. It got into the no-no places. Because, like, aged care and hospitals, those are the no-nos. You don't want that in there. If it's in there, you have made a mistake. A deep mistake. We obviously made many mistakes in our second wave, but it getting in there was not great. You shouldn't discount the fact that it's in there, though. it's still important, and the majority of cases probably weren't just aged care. You're currently one of the worst countries in Europe right now. Czechia is worse. Belgium is catching up, and Germany is stabilizing. Yeah, I mean, oof. Europe's having a rough second wave of it, which is not good, considering that the European first wave wasn't great either. The fact that the second wave is not good is not great. During the summer, you had 13 active cases. Oh my god. I remember the days. I remember the days of when we had like 20 cases a day, and that was, oh my god. And then we had 200 a day, and I was like, oh, Jesus. What a year. What a year it has been. And I've had a decent year overall. I was built for this. I was built to stay in my house, and even then, oh boy, what a time. Anxiety's a bitch, man. And you went to Crete. Vacations. I miss vacations. I'm not going on vacation anytime soon. I'm not allowed to. I'm legally not allowed to, but like, damn. I do miss it. That said, the only vacation spot would be us going to Albury, and no offense to the lovely city of Albury, there's bugger all to do there. Like, I've been multiple times. There's nothing there. We're only there for family, and like, I love my family. I mean, I love some of my family in that specific area. Some of them are cool. Most of them aren't. Actually, no. Most of them are cool. Some of them are not. Some of them are very uncool. But like, you know, Albury's fine. Oh, it was 700? I toned out real quick. I have not kept up with any numbers at any point. Like, I've basically just shut off. I was kind of keeping on top of it during first wave, about halfway through. Once we flattened the first wave curve, I have not paid attention to the numbers since. In terms of, like, keeping track. I have not logged it in my brain. My brain just went, yep, nah, sorry, I ain't doing it. You don't have the capacity for that. And I'm like, okay. I'll accept that. I'll move on. Hope the numbers get better, but we don't slacken. Yeah, you don't want to slack off. You don't want to be too slow either. But then everyone yells at you if you're too fast. If you shut down too early, everyone yells at you. If you shut down too late, everyone yells at you. There is no middle ground. Because it's always too late for somebody, so I'm just like... And then 8K is a lot. And they did vary a lot, you're right. But those 700 days were not good. Those were not good days. I think I'm thinking of like the first time we got under 200 was a milestone of shorts a couple weeks back, and we were like, yes, 200! 3 case in your home island. Nice. I think we have 1 case in our local council currently. But it's recent, so it'll be counted for at least like a week more. So I was like, woo, baby, woo, doo, doo, doo. We were at 0 for a day, which was a very nice day. That was a good day. That was a good day in the city of Nos. But that did not last. Yeah, oh yeah, it was huge variance, wasn't it? 600 to 400. 300, 100. Oh my god, that is a lot. That's too many. And yeah, UK was over 80k. Yeah. Yep. Not cool. Not fun. No fun. No good. It's not great. I'm kind of glad that, like, even though Demi and Janet had already had it, I believe they'd already had it, I'm still glad they got out. Because, like, no, I wouldn't want to be there either. Like, if you can, I would just get out of there. So, like, Greece is probably way better. So I'm like, yes, get to Greece. Like, God, if I could get out of Victoria, I probably would. I'm not going to. I do not have that luxury. But, like, damn, I would've. I would've thought about it. I think we did actually think about it very briefly. It was like, would we want to go to Albury? And we're like, no, we're not going to Albury. And it's like, oh, okay, fair enough. It's like, fuck Albury. So, Albury, even. Albury? I'm pronouncing it like the name Albury. This is annoying. Oh, yeah, it absolutely is, but, like, if we assume, even if we assume it's not, even though it is, it's still like, yeah, I would just get out. Even if it weren't a risk, leaving the UK now or a couple of weeks ago, probably a good idea. I thought they did. I thought they had it a couple of months ago. It occurs to me that that might have just been moderator knowledge. Don't say anything about that. I believe that they may have thought they had it. Because they were quite sick in spring. And I think it was mentioned... but it's distinctly possible that I was not supposed to say that. Because I forgot where and when it was disclosed. Because, like, as a moderator, sometimes we get information that the community does not get. And so, like, don't go saying things based off of my information, you know? But, like, I think that was the idea. Was they were both quite sick in spring, and I think they may have thought it was COVID. And so if we assume it was, just assume. And even if reinfection wasn't a risk, still good to just get out of the UK. No, not recently. This is a while ago. It was pre-summer camp, I believe. Yeah, they're fine. And yeah, Vic is fine. Vic's fine, man. Vic's fine. But also, haven't left the house. I'm good. I say that. I leave the house every day, but I go for a walk. And I have a mask, so I'm good. I was even trying to wear a mask before we were told we had to. Except for one day where I went to Aldi and it was super goddamn, it was just sweaty, disgusting. And then I went to an office person and forgot it. But then after that, it became law, so I've always had the mask on since then. It was only the twice. It was only the 2 times that I intended to and forgot. And then every time that I've had to, I have. Woo! No, not recent. Luckily. So things are revealed in Sanctum as well. I'm not Inner Sanctum, so I don't know what you guys get. I think I checked in, because I can give myself roles. I checked into the Inner Sanctum once, because something was going on, and no one who was Inner Sanctum was online to moderate. So I gave myself the role to duck in and be like, what are you guys doing in there? And then I took it off. I don't know what y'all do in there. I'm terrified of you. Y'all, I don't know what's going on there. I'm scared. If I don't see it, I'm afraid of it. That's how it usually works. Oh, God. That's the only channel I can't see, basically. And there's a Sage channel too, isn't there? I don't see that one either. Those are like the only ones that I don't see, though, is like Inner Sanctum. And y'all chat. So there's just a lot going on in that black box, and I'm scared of it. I know you're all lovely people, but I'm scared. I'm scared something is happening in there. But you're fine, you'll sort yourself out. Sort yourselves out. I should actually write this article. It's 12:30. I've got half an hour, I should actually write the article. So I've mentioned that she's aware of the Maduran Liberty Alliance. Obviously a very secretive thing. The raid catapulted it into relevance and public knowledge. And Geo became very interested in it. Yeah, coming back to be overrated, wrap up the no deal and ready and regret it. Yeah, honestly, a little bit. Like, I feel like if it's gonna be shit, if you make the shit happen earlier, then you can begin recovering from it quicker. Right? Just pull it out and deal with it later. Deal with it later. Because if you don't start the bad time, then you can't get over the bad time. This is how I try and deal with my anxiety, is like, if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, listen, you can't just keep pushing your self-care down the road, because it'll make it way worse and you won't be good for ages. So just do it now. That's why I didn't stream last week, because I was like, I am having a shit time. Day off. Done. 2 days off. For separate reasons, but like, done. Just gotta commit. And then you can fix your mistakes afterwards. At the Delantis cube with the Dragon's Spell Bush, I find the coffee machine. Like, why does the coffee machine hate me? I don't have a clue when I'm in there. Yeah. Yeah, none of the people who lied vis-a-vis anything with Brexit will be affected by it, which is annoying because they should, but like whatever. And I have no idea what the situation is with that border, and I'm terrified to know. Because, oh boy, oh Jesus, oh no. I think they said it was the most recent decision that they were going to have that. Yeah, they were going to have that customs border between the Northern Ireland and the UK, so that the border between Northern Ireland and Ireland would remain free flowing. Because if it's not, holy shit. Which is not a great situation, because that basically cuts Northern Ireland off from the rest of the UK, which is not great. But they didn't really have any other option on that front other than just not doing the thing in the first place. But you know, if you've committed, I have no idea if they're happy with this, but they kind of have to accept it. Like, Northern Ireland doesn't have a goddamn parliament, do they? They lost their parliament at some point, didn't they? They get it back? I don't remember. Does Northern Ireland have a parliament? Do they have a devolved parliament? I'm unclear. In terms of the options, right? In terms of the basically, there are three options regarding that border. Either you put the customs border between Northern Ireland and Ireland. That was never going to fly. They were never going to accept that. You put the border in the strait. That's not great for the United Kingdom, but it does keep Northern Ireland's border travelable, which is important for the Good Friday Agreement. Or you put the customs border between the UK, you basically just keep the UK in the customs union. That was never going to happen. So putting the border in the strait between Ireland and Britain was pretty much the only option. So they're like, it was the only option they had. Oh, they do have a parliament. They briefly didn't. Yeah. So at significant times, they don't have a parliament. So I wasn't sure if they had one currently. I imagine they're not having a fun time. Yeah, so a whole chunk of the, well, how many representatives in the House of Reps are from Northern Ireland? Like, how many? It's not that many. In terms of the parliament, it's more about the people who flow between, like, between Derry and, like, Kent. Yeah, full option of Northern Ireland and Scotland. Join Ireland! Ah, yes. The great Gaelic states. You love to see it. God. I'm not well versed enough at politics to make any statements, really. They were gonna put a border in Kent? Oh my god. That's never gonna work. We don't need Kent separatism right now. They don't need Kent separatism right now. Because that's what that's gonna do. That's the issue with borders between parts of the country. Things go bad. Things happen. Which is why it's like, yeah, I feel like Ireland will reunite in my lifetime. You know, I feel like I just felt like that's likely to me. That seems like a possible thing that will happen. So I'm like, hey. Ah, yes, the Cornish and the Welsh, yes. Well, no, the people in Kent don't want to leave, but basically walling off Kent from the rest of the UK is not going to make anyone in Kent happy. They're all going to be pissed. I'd be pissed. I don't want an international border between me and the next town over. The fuck? The Kent border is an Australian C word. You change the E to a U. And that's what that border is to me. In theory, right? So yes, an interesting time for the UK. Yeah. Things are rough. Things are rough. Oh yeah, they're probably always pissed, but I don't know enough about Kent to make the statement. But honestly, yeah, like, I mean, if they want to drink a shit ton, go for it. Sometimes you just gotta be angry, you know? Just drink. Yeah, when am I gonna write? Good question. Wasn't I going to? This will not happen in the nano streams. When I'm doing, like, when November starts, writing will happen. I have a sprint counter. It's been here the entire time. You can see it. Over here. I have it. You see my mouse twice. But yes, I have a sprint counter. So that we will be doing sprints in November, but everything pre-November is the same as usual. It's the same as normal, you know? It's just how the streams go. I spent an hour talking about characters and then I didn't actually start writing them. And yeah, like, first past the post, bad election system. Actually, on the topic of November, I did have the realization that, so I stream Tuesdays and Saturdays, but because I stream at 11 p.m. until 1 a.m., that means that my Tuesday stream on the 31st actually ends up ending on November 1st. Right? So I'm like, that is a situation that I have not currently figured out how I'm going to handle. I think the idea was that, because, like, being as I am, let's set this stream. Okay. Being as I am I think almost the easternmost streamer in the ASC, that would make me the first nano stream because it hits midnight and I can start writing. So I have to figure out if I'm allowed to start collecting tomes points, because pretty much no one in the chat will be able to sprint with me because it's not November your time. But I'm gonna have to work on that. That's gonna be fun. And hello, tellers! Hello! You have to promise to let me write. You have to let me write, guys. Come on. I'll still chat, obviously, but I need to be allowed to write. The microphone never goes off. I just get quieter. And there'll be gaps, because I have the sprint counter. I'll just set it off and it'll go for its 10-5, 10-5, 10-5. It has a set-in big gap in the middle, but I haven't decided if that will stay. Yeah, it has a long break. We might get rid of that. We'll see how that happens. We're starting Game of Thrones at the first midnight of November 1st. So it's me. Me. I start. Me. Actually, it might be technically Coffee Quills. Who's the first nano stream? Who streams first? Because my normal stream starts first. That's not. I need the core page, not the ASC pages. I start. I begin on terms of my normal stream. So this stream here, 1 p.m. is midnight on the 1st. So me and Greg both start, but Greg is in America, therefore Greg can't start. So it is me. I'm not on the nano calendar yet. I need to fix that. I'm not on the nano calendar. So I start. In the middle of a stream, I start. So that's going to be a fun stream. That's going to be an interesting stream. I'm a few hours ahead of Coffee Quills. I thought Japan was further east of me. Do I know where Japan is? I don't know the direct up-down of where Japan is the issue. Relative to me, that is. So yeah, so I am in +11. Oh, here you go. Oh, okay. So that's prep. That's prep, not actual. So it is me then. Okay. Okay. Which is fine, because I get to start before this. I love that. I will. I will do that. Yeah. So I will... The plan is that in the middle of the stream, I will activate my counters. At like 5 to 12, at 11:45, so an hour ago, roughly, I would have opened Twitch, and I would have started activating all my collections for all of the points, including the one for me, obviously, for my House of House Kiepera, which does say the major house it's pledging to on it as well. Hello, Italia! I'm not going to run the first sprint until midnight my time. I'm not going to. So the first hour of the stream on the 31st will only be... will still be prep. When midnight hits, we panic. Or I panic. I don't know how many people in the chat will be able to begin at the same time as I do. If you want to do like you could start, even if you're not in Australia, but if you want to like follow the letter of the rule, the spirit of the rule even, then you can't start. But I'm sure there are some East Coasters out here, right? And maybe Coffee Calls will drop by, I don't know. There's the potential. I need to get on the Nano calendar though. I need to get myself on that. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll need to, at some point, I'll pop it in the stream record chat and I'll be like, hey, how do you want me to handle this given X, Y, Z? And I'll just put it in there, like, what do you want me to do? Should I begin? Because otherwise I only get one stream in for week 1 to 5. And for a week, from the 1st till the 5th, I only get in one stream, I think. Which is the Tuesday stream. Because my next stream is on... here. Hello. Wow. Greg! Greg! Fix your things, Greg! Yeah. Fix your stuff, Greg! But yeah, so like I only get one stream in for that week, but if I start on midnight my time, I get 1.5, which is better than nothing. I did see that video, Bob. I did see both of them, because I am subscribed to your YouTube channel. I have seen both of them, which is good, because I didn't know what we were doing. Because I remembered you discussing it, that you weren't sure how the collection was going to happen, because you hadn't figured that out yet. So, I made sure I watched the reporting and collecting videos. Ah, just gonna Sable video. I'm not in Sable's Discord, so I didn't know. But okay, totally cool. I am happy to begin the collection. I'll try and make a bit of an event of midnight hitting, because that's when I have to start writing. I have to begin, and so I will begin running sprints from midnight. I don't know how that'll affect the Minecraft stream, but we'll see. Maybe I won't have one. I lie. I always want to have a Minecraft stream. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Because the issue is that then like Greg can't start collecting, right? Because if the like the gentle, I guess gentlefolkly way would be only start collecting on your stream if you yourself are able to begin, but no one else is. We'll see. I'll make sure that I ask and figure it out, and I'll figure out how I might change this stream to accommodate NaNoWriMo happening. We might just not have a Minecraft stream that day, or I'll change how long it goes for. Like, maybe this will be a 3-hour Nano stream. I start writing in Minecraft books. Oh my god, I would rather die. Yeah, exactly. So Greg starts with Monday stream. So the issue is, because it's a sun... Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong calendar. I need this one. Yeah, the next Nano stream is at 8 AM my time. So basically, I'll just go until I stop. Because the first collection is that the beginning? I assume that's the beginning. Well, maybe it's not. I think maybe Diane's the first one who starts. Yeah. I'm looking at 6 different calendars at once because everyone's everywhere. Oh, Siobhan would have started because it's like 6 a.m. by Siobhan's time. It's the gaming stream. Maybe Crystalia's. I don't know. It varies. I'm happy to start. I'm happy to start because I'll want to have started writing by then. And I figure I can be productive on streams if I want to be. Which apparently I don't. Apparently I don't today. That's okay. I just wanted to ramble. I would have gotten so much done if I streamed last week, but I didn't feel it, so I was like, no, never mind. So, it's fine. It's fine. It'll begin when it begins. I'm happy to start collecting, even if people decide they don't want to sprint for it on my stream that day because it's not the first there. Totally cool. Won't hurt against anybody because I'm a minor house. It doesn't matter. Like I'm not at risk if no one sprints with me. If no one sprints with me on day one, it's like it's fine. It's time zones, you know. It's rough, and also because I overlap with Greg on Sundays. And people will be over in Greg's stream sprinting with Greg, and I'm like, ah. So it's totally cool if no one sprints on that day. But I'll try and make a bit of a show of it. I might like get out like the hat or something. Because that's when, oh, the mega stream's that day too. Oh shit. Beans. That's when the mega stream is. Oh my god. I'm gonna explode. That's the mega stream, baby. Oh god. Time is difficult. Am I gonna just stay up? These are the questions we have to ask. I'm not streaming until that time. I'm just like, do I stay up or do I have a nap? I might have a nap. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll have a nap. I'll figure this out. I've got a week to figure out if I'm gonna nap after that Sunday stream. I'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. Oh well. We will see. I'm up to. There. No. Yeah, no, so Greg is not collecting. Greg isn't collecting on that day, but he is running sprints. And the reason I said that's a problem is that most people, in terms of my overlapping with Greg, which happens pretty much every time I stream, I never feel bad about it because we have different audiences. People go to his stream to sprint, they come to my stream to ramble, to waffle, to just chinwag. And so most people who want to sprint would be in Greg's stream and thus not collecting. But it's not a huge issue because most people can't do that first day's collection anyway because it's usually Saturday for them. So it's not an issue. I will start collecting when I am able to begin Nano. When Nano begins for me, I will turn on all my collections. And if anyone is able to or doesn't really care about strict time zone midnight hitting, they are free to join me. They can also just use the sprints in general. It's not a huge issue. You can just sprint and not have it matter. You can sprint for prep. I should do sprints for prep. I should just, prep. I've got 2 weeks for that. Can you reach... No, oh god. You need to advertise it. You need to put it in the streamer core chat and say, can you get me to reach affiliates so that can be a collection stream? How many followers do you need? How many followers do you need? Tell us. We will get the word out. We were able to get Moonflower to 50. We were able to get, I think, Harold's Table to 50. We can do it. Oh, just time. Oh, yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, we can't do anything about that. That's something that you have to do, which is annoying. You have all the followers and the watches, yay! You need a little bit more time. You need to find the time to just stream for a little bit. Which is rough. I know that's going to be hard to find, like the time and the energy and everything else. I thought you were at 50. Was this mentioned in the chat? I'm positive I saw this. Did I confuse it for somebody else? Who didn't get 50? Who got 50 earlier? Somebody said 50. Did I misread something? Can I not read? I maybe can't read. I was positive someone said you got to 50. Ah, we don't have time. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally fair. We did say that and that was totally cool. Like, if you can't stream, you can't stream. That's not, that's not your fault. It's not something, like, you have to do. You're not getting paid to do it. Like, if it's not fun for you, or if you just are busy, you can't do it. No, you just don't do it. Like, I've cancelled a bunch of streams, so I'm like, anxiety be mad, or I'm not feeling well, I'm just gonna go, eh. The hours count, but you do need a minimum, you need an average viewer as well for affiliate, don't you? But yay, 50 followers! 50 followers! 50 followers! Woo! Yeah, a couple gaming streams could help bring it up as well. It's funny because my gaming streams are usually significantly less viewers. I was like, yes, gaming streams. Ah, jeez. It's not an issue though. It's mostly for my own benefit at that point. Organization. You became very interested in it. Average is at 14 at the moment, so I have some limit. Excellent. Because isn't it like 7 or 10? Was the average that they want from you? I don't remember. I've forgotten everything. All I know is that it keeps yelling at me that I can't reach partner. I'm like, yeah, no shit. No shit, I can't reach partner. I don't want to. And the average is like 4 because you test streams. Yeah. Averages are dumb. It's a pain. My average is not great because of the, like, 1 viewer Minecraft streams. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that sucks. You got ready this one time and pushed the average right up. Right, because didn't you stream after World Anvil or something? And just went, woo! It just goes right up and it's like, holy shit. I can't do that because I'm just like, that is 6 and I can't do that. But like, damn. So close. It would just go woo, directly through the roof. If you stream after World Anvil and you get raided by them, it's just like whoosh. Absolute chaos. God. Rhea. What is the next step? It's just her joining, right? She's part of the MLA before enlisting. Defects. She was a corporal because she'd been there for about 4 years. A corporal in 4 isn't too bad. The assumption is she didn't want to go to sergeant because... why? Why would you? Why would you want to do that? You seem like now... Yeah, but you don't need a webcam. You don't need a webcam to stream if you don't want to. And like, I'm just using the inbuilt. None of my stuff is great. This is all inbuilt stuff. Yeah, the best way to get average up is stream after World Anvil. Let's go. Wing. Oh, if somehow I got rated by anything more than about 20 people, I think I would explode. The only thing that would keep me going is just like the raw, like the energy just keeps going. Okay, work. Sometimes it's too hard to focus on my bullet journal. Yeah, focus is a pain in the butt for that. He doesn't love to focus on that stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. So you kind of need the camera, otherwise how are you supposed to see? You can't see the Bujo. It's here. In my hands. So you have to do it. Yeah, that makes sense. Like if you can't, you can't. Your stream definitely involve rats. Hell yeah. Show the rats. Show the rats. I have no pets, so I can't show any pets. I can only show pictures of neighborhood cats. And only 2 of them. There are so many neighborhood cats though. I want to pet so many cats. Holy shit. God damn it, I love cats. And there's these huge dogs too. Oh, I love them all. I love all the animals in my neighborhood, but I don't pet them. Because I'm terrified of them. And also because they're scared of me. They're over there. Oop. Eh. I'm gonna follow you so I don't ever see your rats. And I already rust. I love when that happens. Like, I should follow this person. I already am. Great. Shit. Foiled again. Alright, let's try and get one more paragraph of this done. Because I'm not going to finish her article today, obviously. But I need to get like one more article. Like one more paragraph done at least. And I've written, I don't know, 200 words? 2 hours? Sure. Pardon me. Yep. We will be there in 3 to 5 minutes. Anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, we will be there. He's only 15. No, she has to be older than 15 to join it. We have 3 cats and 2 dogs, but can never do the puppy tax nor the kitten tax. The dog's way too big to pick up, and the cats live upstairs. Aww. Like, I can't do any pet tax. I have no pet. And I only have pictures of 2 neighborhood cats. There's this gorgeous, this super cute ginger who's like the most chill. And there's this white cat from the milk bar who is just an absolute love bug, but only ever appeared at like 7 in the morning. So I've only seen it once. God, that cat wanted affection so badly. It was honestly adorable. God, there are so many other animals in the area. Like, there's a bunch of like white and black cats. There's this lady on the corner who has 2 massive dogs. They're huge, and I love them. But I'm also terrified of like the lab, the white lab. Terrified of that dog. That dog is scary. It's not a lab. It's not a lab. It's just a big white dog, and I'm scared of it. My friend's basically gonna be rat playroom. Give your parents basically so puppy, aka piranha. Assuming while the rats are clawing around, going, hold on, Count. Squeak means no. Only 4 rats. Okay. Cats and you're out for news. And was able to join a local group of MLA members in Winchester 2019. It was in 420! Yay! 420! I have a giant Labradoodle that's more of a wolfhound poodle. It's huge, probably over 100. Oh god, huge dogs. She had the lady on the corner has 2 huge dogs. One's a big, white, fluffy dog that's fairly young. And then she has a big, like, black dog that is much older and a lot more chill. That's what the assumption is. The assumption is, like, it's an older dog and it's kind of chilled out. But the white dog has a lot of energy. And she walks it when I go for a walk, so I see those dogs all the time. Like, we always run into each other when we're on walks. It's honestly kind of awkward. Because she goes for a walk at, like, 3 o'clock, and I go for a walk at 3 o'clock, so I always see her. It is so awkward. But her dogs are adorable, and I'm scared of them because they're huge. Like that, your Ralphie weighs more than me, and that's terrifying. There's a big dog. And probably taller than me too. I'm just like, I'm too small for this. I'm scared. As soon as a dog is as tall as me, or weighs as much as me, that's it. That's no longer a puppy, that's a dog, and that dog will kill me. I'm just scared of big dog. I don't want it. Oh shit, it's 101. Okay, I need to finish this article. Probably. Couldn't tell you. It's big dogs. I'm explaining her career dilemma to the group. 130. Oh my god. Big dogs. It's big dogs. Flow through with the military enlistment if she wanted to. Yeah. As having military experience could prove useful to the group. As a result, when she turned 18, she enlisted in the Vosti Imperial Army and left the area. And that's basically that. And then she's just, then there's a paragraph of I'm in the army and then I left, which is not, oh, what happens. I can basically finish that during Bob's stream, but I did finish the paragraph I said I was going to, and that's the important part. I turn around the tree so the dog can't run over other, oh my god. I've experienced enough dogs that are big enough to scare me, alright? Oh, shit. Why isn't it showing the Chrome anymore? That's weird. Hello? Chrome? What are you doing, Chrome? Chrome? Chrome, why? There you go. Chrome. How long was it like that? I'm annoyed. Whatever. Anyway, it's now 1 AM, which means it's the end of the stream. Thank you all for sticking around, and see you, Makara. I hope you have a lovely day. We will be raiding the RPG Dinosaur Bob, as we always do. And we have a raid shout, which is get ready. You can use channel point down the bottom to redeem for Big Angry Yelly Toast, but you don't need Big Angry Yelly Toast. It's all good. Everyone's just like, cats. Everyone's all talking about their big dogs. I love big dogs. We can just bring this into Bob's stream. It'd be very confusing on that front. Just big dogs. Oh my god. Dog too big. Dog too big. Cat too high. Dog terrifying. Scared of big dog. That's how we end the stream, is I'm scared of big dogs. Oh, jeez. Oh, well. Alright, thank you all for coming. I hope you've had a lovely time chatting about dogs and politics and things that I don't understand. I hope you all have lovely days going forward, and I know you'll all have a lovely time with Bob. And I will see you all on Saturday. Bye-bye!